Okay. Well, you just hear and then you just comment.
Okay.
All right, let's start. Hey people, so we are going to do African misconceptions, and then these people will just give the comments, right? Oh, that is so happy. Okay, so the first one is African don't speak English, or rather proper English / they speak with an accent.
To the first one, I guess what I'm speaking right now is not English, because Africans don't speak English apparently,
Okay.
right?
And
But we
then
do. And some people do have an accent.
Everybody has an accent.
Everybody has
Everybody
an
has
accent,
an
right?
accent.
Everybody, no matter what language you speak, has an accent. It just depends on who's listening to you.
That's
If you
true.
speak a different language, someone else hearing you and you're not a native will say you have an accent. So when you come to the United States, the English is different from British. You also have an accent. So everybody pretty much has an accent.
True. And African do speak English. 'Cause
We speak
our
many
first language
languages.
is Swahili and then it's English.
We speak also English in our mother tongues as well. We speak all types of English. Okay, the second one is women are, is it repressed, oppressed, whichever. Women are repressed, oppressed.
I will keep quiet.
What does that even mean?
Like they're looked down upon. They're not as valued
In
as
Africa?
they should be.
I don't think so. I think that's just been something that people have portrayed about Africa.
Right.
That would record it. Someone passed.
Continue.
Okay.
Start again.
Now I forgot where we started. Okay, start again. Start again.
No, you can
That
go on.
women are repressed.
Yeah.
Women are not oppressed in Africa.
Oppressed.
It's just the culture that's different from other places. And people think that, well, African women are probably slaves or they're always doing work or whatever. But in reality, in Africa, women are ranked higher and they're probably given more respect than even the male figure. The male figure might be given respect in terms of like a job or their status in community. But without a woman, there is no village in Africa. So that's a misconception.
And yeah, very true. The way you perceive
say
things is different. Because I can come to another country and be like, oh, women do this or women do that. And you may come to my country and be like, oh, women do this. But, they're comfortable with it. They see it as respectful. So it depends where you are.
Right, and also like this whole idea of like a woman is in the kitchen in Africa, it's just because we live in a first world country where women have been given all these rights and they can do whatever, say whatever. And sometimes, honestly, looking from an African perspective, not everything here about women is as great also, because women here to an extent are not respectful to themselves and they don't ask for the respect as you would see in an African household where a woman is given that respect as a woman, as a mother, as a daughter. So it just depends. Also, remember in Africa we have dowry, which means we do honor these women. We don't just want to give them anyhow. We see them as treasures, not just any kind of property, just come and go as you please.
So do we all disagree that women don't? It's not like women are being disrespected or dispressed.
I mean, it's everywhere.
cases.
Everywhere women are
Yeah, I think
oppressed.
Some
it's
extent.
yeah, everywhere it's like
perspective.
You can
Yeah,
be in
it's
this
different.
country and then you still see women being
Right.
disrespected.
Right.
The way it's presented in different countries and cultures is different. So they are, but
I feel like it's more of a respect thing.
I think it's how you define respect.
Yeah, how you show respect. It's
Right.
represented differently in different cultures.
Because here it's respectful to let a woman wear anything she wants, but in Africa it'll be like, well, that's
Ooh,
respectful for a
get out of
woman
my
to just wear
house.
whatever. So it just depends on how you view it.
Yeah, your culture. That's true. Okay. This next one is that Africans are poor. Were you
Now
aware of
that
that?
is-
I mean, when you look on TV,
You would
That's
think
what
that.
they
Those
show on
adverts,
TV.
yeah.
exactly. That's all they show. They don't.
But a good thing nowadays, the internet does show other
things,
If
like
you
cities.
Google Africa, any country, and you'll see it. Like go Google Tanzania or Kenya, and then you'll see the difference. I was at work. I came to work after my trip back home, and then this girl was like, I wanted to come to Africa at some point, but then I'm afraid because it's a jungle. Then I have to explain myself how I even showed her pictures of the beach I was at, like
The jungle.
they really do think that way.
I think it's really sad that people do have that misconception. When I look at how many, just to use an example, the United States, homeless people we have in the United States, and we think, well, people are poor. People in Africa, I guess it's pronounced differently because we value wealth based on the car you drive, the house you live in, and stuff like that. And in America, people are way more poor, I would say, than in Africa because everything pays on a credit. It's not yours, you borrow it. Versus in Africa, where if it's a home, you own that home. It's your property. It's your household, unless you're renting in town, you know, or it's a car, you bought it with your own cash. And I also think the media plays a big role because they want money for AIDS or whatever disease. So they're going to show those poor kids who are just sitting there, hungry, desperate, without mothers, barely making it, you know. Just stuff like that has been bombarded people to thinking Africa is this jungle or place where people go around with no clothes or ask you stupid questions like, do you live with animals? Like, come on now. Seriously? Do you live with animals yourself?
At first I laugh at it until you look on their face and they're seriously asking you if you're
It's
lions.
gonna be a joke.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah, lions in Africa, just not in my house.
Just don't have them as pets.
Yeah.
Because they'd eat us. Because they're lions.
Anyway. Okay. Well, I mean, in some sense, if you're looking in terms of resources, Africa is richer more than most of continents.
And
Africa is the richest continent in the world. It's not that it's maybe. It is the richest compared to the wealth we have here. It's just that we've been shown wealth doesn't mean... Wealth is things, not necessarily resources. And we have more resources than things.
Yeah, Africa has been exploited as well.
That's true.
So many countries you go to and you see that, you know, they have diamonds, they have coal, but none of the local people are benefiting from any of that. So.
Okay. I need to bring this out. Okay. Next one is Africans are lazy or unproductive. Seriously, people who think that, you know, like the African timing and all that. You go in during the daytime and you see people just sitting around and playing games.
I think
Depends on where you go, though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
true.
can't go to one place and say, okay, Africans do this or that.
I mean, I can speak for Uganda. I know, like, when I go, the people are chill, but they get things done. They'll get things done when their deadline is. You can see them, you know, sitting outside or doing what, but when they need to do what they need to do, they do it. So, but here it's like fast paced. We need to do this, get this done.
Pay
You know,
your bills, you
it's
have to
really
think
hard
about
to
the next paycheck. What are you going to do with it? But over there, it's more family oriented. So you see people sit with their family and talk and whatever.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Fair enough. And then the next one is that we all know each other. Like if you're an African and be like, oh, I know this person is an African. Do you know them?
It's the same thing as saying, I'm American. Yeah, my so-and-so lives in Texas. And you're like, do you know so-and-so? No, of course I don't know so-and-so. America is so big. The same way with Africa. And to make it worse, we have different nationalities, different tribes, different ethnicities, different languages. There is no way I know someone from Mali. I just don't know them, you know? Because I didn't grow up there. I have no idea. And I've never even been there, so there's no way.
That's a funny one, though.
That's true. I know, right? You go to school and be like, oh, I have a friend who is from Tanzania.
Do you know
them? No.
In the world?
No, you don't.
From your own country.
They'll give you the name.
I know, right?
Do you even know
Right.
your name?
I went for a job interview the other day, and the lady was like, oh, wow, you remind me of this lady named Susan. We wish she was short like you, and she's Kenyan. I'm like, so, I mean, all right.
Susan
Thank
in
you.
Kenya.
But I know who the heck Susan is.
True.
Do
Okay.
you even know a Susan from Kenya?
Probably do.
Right. It just makes no
Right.
sense.
Yeah. So guys, take note. If I'm not African, I don't know all Africans. Okay.
Be nice though.
That is too much work. You have to give gifts to everybody.
Yeah, never mind that.
Alright, the next one is that Africans all speak the same language. Like
I
either
have
we speak,
gotten that one before.
yeah, you don't speak.
I
don't know.
I was at work with my.
You speak Africanese.
You just speak African.
I was at work with my roommate, and one of the coworkers was like, "Well, don't you guys speak the same language?" Can you tell her this? And I'm
Where is
like,
she
we're
from?
she's from Ethiopia. I'm from Tanzania. So but y'all African, right?
So
Like, wow.
Yeah, many people
So
think that
disappointing.
it's one language.
How many Kenya is one country and it has like 50? How many languages? 50
Tanzania has like
different
52,
languages.
I think.
So
there's no way.
there's no way. And that's, you know.
I mean, just to put it out there, we do have like different regions that speak different languages. Like the western region of Africa will speak French. The eastern part of it will speak Swahili.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But we wouldn't say that everybody speaks the same language. It's just that maybe in certain places they might have a common language that they all share.
Okay. Alright. Okay, next one is we all live in huts. I'm a trees. That's
We
one.
wish.
I mean, I built a hut when I was little. You know, we cut down the tree and
I
then.
thought you built a hut and lived in it.
I mean, I lived in it for a couple of hours. So it was time to go in the house. Does that count?
We have beautiful houses made with bricks. I like
Real houses.
these houses. Most houses out here they're built with what? Board?
Drywood.
Wood? Some shit like that.
Drywall, actually. My
And
bad.
then-
It's drywall.
And then you have to rent it for like 30 years. You're paying about
You're
like
paying-
2,000 a month.
you can
but
buy
over there you
mansions.
buy and then you build a house and nobody
It's
ever
yours.
comes.
You buy a piece of land, you build your house, and that's it.
Nobody ever comes and like say rent is due.
We would actually find it as an adventure to go and live in a hut, just to put it out there, because we just never lived in one. But it would be nice. That's why when we see Maasai, just like any other American, we'll run and be like, wow, we find your culture to be different or cool or whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't live in huts. But there are people who do, and it doesn't make them any less of people because they don't live in homes. It's just how they live.
They used to.
It's just, you know, what they have.
Okay, okay, this one. It's okay in Africa for a man to marry several wives.
Not necessarily in Africa. That's more of a religion thing.
It's a religion.
Well, some
But it's also
Muslims-
traditional. Kukudenje, it wasn't religion.
Some
Right.
Muslims believe that you can marry more than one wife.
Right, but also like some places like Kenya have made it law that people can have more than one
That's
wife. It's
true.
just a matter of preference,
Yeah.
individually, religiously, or whatever. But it's not a
not every
African
African.
man you see you can marry him even though he has a wife. Like that's crazy.
And
it's
also, like back in the day, it was, you know, in terms of wealth,
right?
people would have many wives because, you know, he's rich, he can support all these wives. And I don't know if you're fine with it, but, you know, they've survived and people survive that way.
To first enhance my skills. You know, I can chopper back. I'm ready to
Right.
fight back. Back. Yeah.
Okay,
so
can you
Stephanie?
repeat that question again?
Oh, okay.
Wives.
All right. Yes. So this one. Who am I?
What did you ask? What was the question?
The thing was that.
It's okay to have many
Yeah.
wives.
Anyways, yeah, okay. So, and then you were saying something about the rich.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, yeah. Back in the day, it was a form of being wealthy. You'd have many wives. But now, I don't see it that much.
It ain't happening to me.
Well, men are not rich anymore, so they ain't ready to take care
That's
of you and your
true.
kids and like 9 other women. Like that's a lot.
Education.
And then, what man on their right mind? Honestly, the world has changed. Women
Yeah,
are not
that's
just
what I
going to
was
the
about to
shamba to plant.
Right.
The world
So-
is changing and people need to keep up with it. Like the America that was like 50 years ago, it's not the same
Definitely
now.
not the same today.
Yeah.
So obviously in Africa, things changed.
Not everybody wants to have like. No,
Yeah.
some of us are not happy with having co-wives and whatnot.
Right.
It ain't happening. Okay, so let's do this as the last one. Is that where is it? African music is all the same.
I think to someone who doesn't know it, just like with language, I was gonna comment earlier, like someone will ask you, do you speak? And you're like, what the hell is that?
Like languages. I'm like, can you do it for me? Say for me this word. And like, well,
I feel like it's the same thing with music. People
Yeah.
just hear different language, so they think, well, it must all sound the same. It must all, but it's like the way we think. I personally think Hispanic music has the same beat and the same whatever. But if you have a Hispanic person, they're gonna be like, no, it's not.
true.
So it's the same way. I honestly think it's just the ear and that we're not used to it, or whoever's not used to
speak the
African music.
language.
Right.
It's so different. Oh my goodness.
It's
Very
very different.
different.
Yeah.
But they all think that African music is West African music.
Well, that's the new trend right now. So
Yeah,
obviously
so
they're
that's
gonna
what
think it's just
they like.
African music.
I know, like African music is all like that.
But no, they're different kinds. You should look them up.
Yeah, guys. So hopefully that gives some insight on some of the things that are said about Africa that are not true.
Google and look up things. It's time to
library.
educate yourself.
Pick up a book.
Get African friends.
We're here. We're open.
Ask questions though. Like, don't feel stupid to ask questions.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't know, you don't know.
Just
Just
ask.
don't ask in a
Don't-
big way,
yeah.
'cause, you know.
Yeah, like all of you slaves, hell no. What is slave? No, maybe
Came here by choice.
Yeah, exactly. You're not forced to come here.
Oh yeah, one thing. Oh yeah, I know there's one thing that people really ask me, really bothers me. But like at work, they're like, oh, so where you from? I'm Uganda and blah blah blah. They're like, oh, you must be happy you're here. I'm like, no, if I was there, I'd be happy.
Right.
Well,
Well, you'd be happy
I'm
to be
here, so I'll be happy here. But if I was there, I'd be happy there. It's not like coming
here.
here.
It's not like we're being saved by this
Exactly.
country, okay?
Yeah.
It's a choice we make. We still go back to our homeland and we enjoy being there more. We're happier more. We're not as stressed out. We're not crazy.
Yeah,
You not run away from Africa.
Right. It's part of who we are. It makes us home.
Right. It's just life brought us
Food.
here.
Oh my
Right.
God, the food.
That's true.
They actually cook. They don't microwave and put it in the freezer. So
Everything is organic.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah,
yeah.
guys. Yeah, so just, don't be too ignorant.
stay informed.
We are very diverse and very happy to be Africans. Not all of us think that we're disgraced. Because we are blessed. We're proud to be Africans. So if you don't feel like you're proud to be an African, then homeboy,
Work on that.
check yourself. Have a surround yourself
Not
with
all
African
that
friends.
glitters is gold. Don't be caught
That's
up in the
true.
hype of the media that, being here or being from this country or any other country is better
Than
than
being
your own country.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you were born and brought up in that country. So just be proud and represent.
There is good in
It just feels
everything.
good to have a home to go to.
Yeah.
Imagine over there, you don't have to think about paying rent or paying bills and blah blah blah. You just go and
Just
get up
money,
in the
fresh
morning,
food.
and then your people are like, "What food do you want to eat?"
And you have time for people.
You can socialize with people. You're
Here
never
it's like I
lonely.
don't see some of these people for like months.
My mom came and she got out of the house and she's like, "There's nobody to talk to."
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
sorry.
That is true.
That is culture
very
shock
true.
right there. So
Because everyone's going to make money. No one's just sitting
no one's
around.
time for people,
Right.
which is sad. But yeah, that's different. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll have it back soon, hopefully. Next time we meet together, maybe Thanksgiving,
Maybe for your birthday.
Right.
maybe for my birthday. That's true.
Yeah.
Why would you say anything like that? Do you know how depressing that is? I'm not even celebrating my birthday.
Yes, you are.
Wow, Miss Kenny Rogers.
Promise me, sir. That's a whole different story. Bye, guys. Till next time.
Oh, wow.
Peace. We need to take a picture. Wow. Okay, guys.
Was that the only video?